Sorry, I was mute the whole time. I was mute the whole time. Sorry about that. So we got two projects. Project Asteroids. Basically a PvP game. Is it PvP? Yeah. Online survival PvP oriented game. Explore every bit of this strange universe. Get resources, exchange them, or make purchases, shop stations. Okay. Team up with friends or fight other players for rare resources. So let me know which one you want to start. It's either Project Asteroids or it's Slender Tubies, a fan-made game that is based on a popular Slender Tubies, Slendy Tubies. And the main objective of the player is to collect a specific amount of Tubie custards, I don't know what's that, while being pursued by the titular Slender Tubies who will attempt to impede the player's progress. Are you up for the challenge or surviving a night with a Teletubby? Download the game now. Creepy stuff. Creepy stuff. Okay, let me know which one you wanna start with. Otherwise, I will choose. Tubies. All right. It's Tubies then. Let's see. Let me just install this. Yeah, see, can you see the screen? Now maybe a little bit too loud, so I will reduce the volume. And also here. Your current name. I don't know. Go for mom. Oh, at least. Maybe my full name. Okay. Thanks about the layout of the menu. I think it's a little bit too dark. Like, I know you wanna go for something like really dark. Put the thing is, we need to frame this somehow. Also, it's when I put the there you go. So for me, personally, I will just put the shadow here, just so that I have everything here, like framed. Like this is the menu. Like it's a nice idea. You can leave this here. I like that this is not overlapping the title. That's good. You can turn on the global illumination just a little bit. You don't need to be fully lit, but just a tiny bit. You can see how it works. The other thing, I'm not a big fan of the position of these two elements here. Version 1.44, you can leave it there. Epic Games, not really necessary. Not really necessary. I mean, technically it's not Epic Games, it's Unreal Engine. If you want to put a logo from like the engine you use, could try to put it here, but I'm not sure. I'm not a big fan of this. I think it distracts me from the main, the main objective. Logging and help. It could be here too. Like logging here. And what do you mean by help? I guess we will. Okay, so it's basically a link to check the yeah. Basically, it's so it's a mix of both things. It's tutorial and like follow me here, whatever. It's very useful, especially if you are indie, you want to put some links. So I don't think this can be here on help. If anything, you can put how to play, and maybe next to logging, maybe here you can try like logging and or what I see a lot of games do, indie games, it's like they put some footer here because you don't want to mix it right with the main gameplay. Like if you want people to follow you, you can just put like some links here, like for example Facebook, if anyone uses it today, or Discord, or I don't know, forums, whatever, like follow updates here, but put them outside of the main game loop, like it's optional stuff. The login I think can be here. So this one you can delete, this one you can delete, this one is fine if you want to put it. Try to put maybe you can try to write it with a gray text, just so that it doesn't have the same weight as this. Doesn't have the same weight as these buttons here. So a little bit grayer can help. That's as far as the main menu. Let's check the game. Okay, so room name. I don't know if anyone wants to join. We can try first alone, and then you can just join if you want. I'll put a link on this just in case you want to download the game. A player count. I'm gonna put solo for now. I'm just gonna leave the defaults. Okay, nice login screen. I'm not a fan of this menu here. I know this is... I think I need to remove my camera so you can see it. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. So this menu here I don't really like, the one that showed at the beginning. If anything, I can just go for... Yeah, I can leave. Close option menu. That's one thing. I'm pressing escape and you cannot go back. Like, I highly recommend you to use common UI just so that you can link your controller with your keyboard. It's very easy setup. Like, I don't remember the controllers. I'm running out of battery. I'm just going where the light is. Ooh. I like the pattern you have in the light here. This thing. You can keep it like that. I don't know if it was intentional or by mistake, but anyway, I think it's pretty cool. Just you need a little... Huh? Ikumi? Looks like they killed me while I was showing something. So you need to put a little bit of light because in reality not everything it's like 100% black. So that's the thing. So it's very dark and I don't know where to go except for following the light there. Grass is fine. I think the grass is it's okay. You can have a little bit more variation in the grass. So rocks blocking the way. Oh, what's this? Key to open doors. Cannot open. I think it's too dark. I know you want like the element of surprise here and you have your flashlight. It's just, it's not really like It's not really realistic. You need some bouncing lights. Why is it like everyone show me horror games? Like here, I will guess I can follow the path. Let's see if this path takes me somewhere. If it does, nicely done. Not a big fan of this wall. They don't really match. Trying to put. It's not. You know. It's not so much about the materials. I mean, you can change the color. Wow. You can change the color for something like more brown to match the wall. If you want to keep it like that. Nice screams. Like for me, I will feel like I don't know where to go. I really don't know where to go. It's a little bit frustrating. Let's try again. Oh, there is another one. Let's try the maze. Let's go with Ilala. The thing about this map is, you know, it feels like Blockout. It doesn't feel like game. If you want to keep it minimalistic, that's okay. Like, you can just put some borders here. I don't know if you see some houses, like, they have a little bit of a border here. Just like that. And maybe some columns here. You see, now I cannot see anything. Oh my god. Yeah, if you want to do it like this, just try to add some columns there. That's a Teletubby. It's a very funny sound. Like, for me, it's not a... I'm not super sure how to win the game. And that's the thing, it may be obvious to you that you're the creator, but for people who play the game, it's not very obvious. So I'm just gonna play like this one, maybe another more, Oh, there you go. That's one good start. So if you wanna, you may want to put the objective here in the UI, like 10 of 10 remaining, in a nice way, right? Like, or start with the UI that says collect the cool starts. Like, I know it's it says on the game, but you see, and I like it that you can actually, you know, here it's not completely dark just because you have the thunderstorm, so it helps a little bit. So try to do the same in other maps. So I see the other one. Must be there. I like the thunderstorm. I think it's nice. It's nice, but let's. I mean, we can talk about it. Yeah, I can pause the game. That's easier. So, I think there is a mismatch between the graphics of the game. Like, the Teletubbies are very realistic, and you see this. This is not the only model, but you see this model here? It's very low poly. Like, you don't need to use nanite, but even if you add like a couple of triangles here just to break the silhouette, it will look much better. So what you want to avoid, and I see this a lot, is avoid straight lines like this, because they really break the immersion. Especially in an environment like this, straight lines are not really something like should happen. So for the environment here, you see I have this straight line here. You know why it does look bad? It's because you're not breaking it. You can try to add some meshes here, like some pebbles or whatever, just so that you can have something like this, more irregular. And try to avoid any straight line. And here, if you want to put grass, try to add more variation and put it in clamps. Like, for example, things like this are really good. You can add this. You don't need completely dark space. You can just add these elements to give a little bit of light. Extra points if you add those in a way that you can tell the player where to go, or at least give hints of where he should go. Otherwise, you're just running without any objective. And that's really frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Like, there is a tower there. Nice light. Nice light. Like, for sure, there is a jump scare here. Kind of. Are you gonna jump? So that was nice. You can put the lights on areas where you want the player to go. And look at this rock, like, let's talk about this for a moment. Why you think your environment doesn't look good? It's because there is no grouping. Talk about grouping for a moment. Grouping, it's a foundation in art where, let's just say, for example, you have a rock here. If you put another rock here, you're not grouping. But suddenly, you can start mixing elements. For example, you have grass and rocks. You can group those rocks like this. Right? They are not alone. Right? You can put the smaller ones, medium ones, big ones, all around it. And that's one group. And the other one, it's also not alone. It's like this, like. That's another group. You never want to isolate those meshes. Same with grass. You have grasses like this, two separated. And I know that the reason you do it is because if you put a lot of grass, like for example, everything is filled with grass, then the frames will drop a lot. So what you need to do is to group those, like think of them as chunks like this as a group. Like for example, all this is a group. And then this is group 1 and group 2 is here. And group 3 is here. And maybe this part is empty, or you can put some meshes here if you want. You need to group stuff, otherwise it's not gonna look good. And I see this problem very frequently on the game. Like here, I don't know where to go. I don't know if that's the objective, to not know where to go, but okay. I think I saw the guy there. Damn, fuck, I already saw it. Can I walk in the water? Oh, this is not water. That's also another thing. And also, if it's raining, you need to put your materials darker and more reflective, just so that. What's this? Huh? You need to put your material darker and more reflective, just so that you see that it's raining. I thought this was water the whole time. You know, there were bridges and everything. I don't know why I thought it was water, but... But if it is... Yeah, it looks like you need to move it more. Okay. So basically you need to... I mean... You see how good the game looks with a little bit of light? I think the objective is very frustrating. And I think the way you can improve it is that you make it a little bit more linear. Just a little bit more. Or if you don't want it linear, you want to have a clear level design to where the things are. Otherwise, just running until you're dead, right? Like at any point I can be dead, and I wouldn't know why. Like, what did I did wrong? Did I did not find the staff, but you also didn't tell me where to go. So this kind of things can be very frustrating for players. Somehow I go into this island and I don't know how to leave. But yeah. So I will point out those things, basically. Grouping, lining, and just arrange the UI a little bit. Try to have a little bit of level design. Even if you know where the level design is, you need to make it clear for the player. The way you make it clear is to add some lights, has some guidance. You don't only need lights. For example, you can put like a rock here, and then another rock here, or big bushes, right? It's like some blockers, so that the only way I can go is here. I have too much freedom here. So that's the thing. So yeah, same here, grouping. Same concept we just talked about. Grouping will actually make your game look much better. And you know what's funny? This so far has been the best level so far, just because you know you have some lights. But anyway, let's just try the other game. Nice job, nice job. Hopefully you can follow the feedback here and give us an update. I would think level design, grouping, all those things can make your game really very different. Okay, let's go for Project Asteroids. Was this suggested? Yeah, this is actually, by the way, if you want to show something, go to our Discord, go to Project public reviews. I can take a look at this one later. I remember we had a session before. Pretty cool to see an update. Very excited to see that now. Just put it here, and I will just browse through what's new, and next week I can do another start tutorial, I guess. But why is my screen so small? I think I'm this resolution. Yeah. Okay. Try to put some sounds for the jetpack, just to give the feedback that the player can fly. I will give the same feedback here for you as the Slender 2B game. Again, let's try to repeat it. Try to group this asset. Try to group like if the asset is like this, try to group them, like ungroup them in like different sizes, like small, medium, big, and then put another one here and another one here. So just I don't want you to do is just put one each there, one. That just doesn't look good. So try to group stuff. Grouping is a big thing. I'm glad both of you have the same mistake, so we can point it out. You know, this is the kind of things that most tutorials won't tell. The reason is this has nothing to do with game development. It has everything to do with art foundation, like painting, drawing, composition, have a good picture. All of those things are not related to game development, but we use them here, so you won't find them in a tutorial. Most people don't know this, because you may know how to use Unreal, you may know how to use these things, but if you don't know the art foundation, no matter what you do, it's not gonna look good. No matter how many Megascans assets you have, it's not gonna look good. Okay, so fine. Check your UI. Open researching menu. Okay, I like the tutorial. Actually, it's not very visual, but plasma gun. Okay, so you can upgrade here. Nice. Let's go for this. Press the craft button. Where's the craft button? I don't see it. I got back. Okay, let's try again. Crafting weapons. Craft. There you go. I have the plasma gun. Check your camera. Like I can see it from here, but from this angle, I don't see the gun. So just try to adjust your camera. And I think the projectile needs some trails. And is it just me, or the guns don't go too far? Let's... Okay. I like the tutorial, to be honest. Like, it's graphic wise can improve, but it's very clear. I don't feel frustrated. I know what to do. You can also mine laser and mine 7 meteors. Okay, mining laser. Look at that. Now I will put a screenshot here. I will put a feedback Like if there is a concept called sign and feedback. The thing is, these rocks look like they are part of the environment. They are not related to gameplay elements. So what you can do is maybe when you equip this, the mining laser, you can put a small little light here blooming just so that you know, like, oh, you need to shoot here. The second part is the action itself. First is the sign. There is a sign that, oh, I can actually do something here. The second, you actually do something. So you shoot here. Okay. And the third part is really important. If there was a sign and you shoot, there must something happen. So maybe particle systems like rocks flowing into your inventory, something like that, whatever. But now I get the UI, but you can, I think you can put more VFX there. Like, see, I thought this was a regular rock. Okay, I already mined 7 meteors, I think. Is this a meteor? Oh, it is not a meteor. No, I like this. The reason I like this is because it stands out. Check the emissive material. Everything is different from the rest of the environment. So this already tells me that I can do something with this. Like, and if you do it clear enough, you don't really need to put the icon. And I don't know if I'm mining the right one, but you can try to put a counter there. Like, how many left? And I think the camera shake is a little bit too much. It's a nice feedback, but do not overdo it. A little bit of camera shake can look better. You see, nothing happens to here. Makes me feel like I'm not doing anything. I'm not sure where are the other meteors. See, this is the part of the game that can get me frustrated because I don't know where to go. I will just guess. Can be this one. I guess it's not. That's a nice feature, actually. Okay, now we will give a welding machine. A weapon is a module, a welder is a module, and all you use are modules for your body. To switch one module from another, you must remove the currently installed module. Let's just press 2. Click on any button. let's learn how to use it. Install the weather model if you have. Press select floors. Now this can be a little bit complicated. I need much more than a text to follow. Not sure. Not sure what. Okay, let's just. It's nice that you have a server. I like the logo, by the way. I like it a lot. It fits a lot with the aesthetics of the game. I think the menu is... Let's talk about the menu later, but I don't see... At least for the background is fine. The logo is fine. So we also have the other one. Apparently this one is I don't know. I don't know yet. Something related to space, mining, building. Okay. Same problem here, it's too dark. But you can group those minerals. I need to craft this weapon. I guess my weapon cannot attack. It's a little bit annoying, the sound. It's too repetitive. Try to add some variations. Okay, I died. So it's a little bit dark. That's a very interesting sound. With a huge displacement there. Like, the problem is I don't know when I get hit. I don't know when do I get hit. I don't see the projectiles, or I know these things are shooting, but I don't see the projectiles. I don't think I can kill this guy like this. I got stuck. I cannot move. But now that's a big issue. Just, I mean, it's a very common thing. Just check your collisions more often. It's like my player got stuck here. So just enter again to see what's again, I find it a little bit frustrating. I think the tutorial was okay. Yeah, it does have a health bar in a very strange position. Let's talk about the UI. Like, this kind of... You need a border here. Like, you cannot just put the transparency without the frame. You have the border, but you don't have the frame. So, you need the frame there if you wanna... If you want to put your UI. Otherwise, it just feels a little bit weird. Those are basic foundations for making UI. I can see you have a little bit of border here, maybe because that's the bottom. And I think a lot of this so we need more light. We definitely need more light, more ambient light. This is too dark. Like you see there, it's much better. Much better. You can have shadows if you want, but do not overdo it. And I know it's in a space, we shouldn't have like technically like global illumination because we are in the space, but it's a game. So if you want to create something, it's gonna be... I mean, you need to focus on the player all the time. Same here. You try to add a VFX when you... See, like this rock, for example, you can put an outline to this. Something like this. You can put an outline. You can put the same VFX you had before, like a little bit here, there, just some emissive. You saw that, you know, this is a gameplay element. It looks part of the environment. And I don't know how far I can go. I will suspect there are some blockers, but that's the thing, I'm not really sure. Like, where to go, because there's so many things, right? I know there is many things here, but the problem is the gameplay elements are not really clear. But I do like the fact that you're using this camera system to, you know, just move. Very, very interesting. Like here, for example, this kind of thing tries to invite me to go somewhere. I will be very disappointed if there's nothing here. See, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Whenever you have something that can grab the player's attention, like to go somewhere, just try to give a reward. It's either a threat or a reward. Like maybe there is something dangerous there, or maybe there is a hidden reward. But there must be something. There must be something there. Otherwise, it's just gonna get frustrated. I have a little animation for I guess this thing will shoot at me, right? It's not? I thought they should. I thought they should. Try to put those things, like red stuff, makes me feel like it's dangerous to get here. So if they don't shoot, it lacks consistency. That's another topic. It's you want. Let me try to write it here. You want design elements that are consistent. They need to be consistent and they need to look the same. If you put a red light and they attack you, all the red lights need to attack you. If you put water into your game and you can swim, then all the water you have in your game you can swim. You cannot just have a water that kills you. Otherwise you will get confused. Like, I don't know what this thing does to me. I don't know. In this playground, how does this affect the the gameplay experience? Like, look at this, for example. Is it just decoration? Could be. Could be. But it stands out a lot. And I guess I cannot go here. I can? Strange. So I guess those things will shoot at you, right? That's my guess. I'm not really sure how to. But anyway, I think if I need to correct some stuff from the game, I think it will be, put a notepad here. Design elements need to be consistent. Is it consistent? I think it's with E. Don't really remember. I think it's with A. You can put VFX feedback, sign and feedback. Basically, there is a sign and there is a feedback. Level design, guide your player to places of interest. If it looks interesting, there must be something there. Add borders to the UI. This is very simple to do. Like go here, cities. Just add a border here. I mean, not red, right? But any kind of border will help. Will make your UI look better. Instantly, even without changing anything, it will look better just because you add the border. Okay, let's go for the last one. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope to see more updates on this. See the next one. Yes, objective can be. Yeah, I mean, you can make it a sandbox if you want, but I mean, you still need objective, right? You need some sort of motivation to do things. Anyway, let's play this one. And
hello guys, I completely forgot about the review session, but I will still try to record something and show you guys what I've been working on. So I updated the mechanical fly
nice. I remember.
model. So I added some textures, and I really like how it's coming along. Then I started adding some audio for the enemies, and started trying to add a boss fight to this level. So let me show you some of the sounds.
Enemy detected. Destroy target.
That was just a little sound I made with royalty-free sounds I found on the internet,
Nice,
and
nice.
a record of my own voice with a voice synthesizer, free voice synthesizer.
That's really cool.
So I'm very impressed with the new AI tools for music and voice change. So I made this boss basically from tank and mech model, and basically he just chases the player, and he's able to go he's able to fly, and yeah, that's what I have so far. Basically I want to build some very nice interesting mechanics for this boss, and when he dies, it explodes in pieces, which is very cool.
Oh, cool.
And I can play with the with the pieces, with the destroyed pieces. And yes, guys, that's basically what I have so far. Been learning a little bit of basically how to integrate a boss battle, and been learning a little bit of a control rig and animation inside of Real. That's what I have so far. I really appreciate if you guys can make it into the review. Have a great one.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to you for sharing. So let me play again. I don't really want to go into the UI, but because this looks like a placeholder, just ignore it for now. I know it's not the main focus. But I see the mech, it's popping out more. I know it's whiter, and I also see the environment, it's also a little bit whiter, but what you can do to make this pop out is just to have like a little bit of a stencil here. Usually for mechs it's really common. Like they have some letters like whatever, like model, like I don't know, X45 with some nice letters like wrapped up, right? And usually it's like maybe you can go for orange, like you already have the blue VFX, you can go for orange. Orange and blue always match, have a nice contrast. Very nice, and you already have the white. So white, this kind of blue, and a little bit of orange can go a long way. Let me show you what I mean. Let me just... I put a little bit of orange here and there. It doesn't matter what it is, you just need a color. Just to have some balance. Do not overdo it, just a little bit, just 1, 2, or 3 spots, very little with the orange. And because you already have the blue here, it will look very nice. Because it feels very monochromatic, like it's only white. So you need more... like you need more colors here, and one way to do it is just put some textures there. It looks better. It looks better. Like at least I'm not confused with the environment anymore. I like the sound effects you put. Probably they will
trying to add a
block the
boss
video
fight
because
in
of the
this
audio
level.
copyright.
So let me
I
show
don't
you
know.
some of the sounds.
Enemy detected. Destroy target.
Cool. So let's talk about this for a second. Usually for any kind of boss fight you want, let's paint it. I think it's any kind of boss fight. So you put the state here, and then it's like idle, and then engage. Engagement, whatever. So when it engage, you need to put like an animation transition, like, because when it's idle, like it's not attacking you. So when it's going to attack you, there needs some feedback here. This animation is not only to make the game look better, it's also for feedback. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is look at. Maybe you're using the look at function in the AI tools. Look at, and then when, let's just say this is the boss has a weapon there. When it looks at you, it needs some anticipation before attacking. Because looks like it looks at you and then shoots, right? But it needs some anticipation. You can either animate this like in the back, like this, going back a little bit and then go forward. And then while it's in the back, you can wait a little bit. And why bonus points if you add some VFX here, like it will attack you, be aware, so you have time to react. This is called anticipation, and it's not only a principle for animation, it also works pretty well with games where you can just let the player know what's going on. So for example, in the first game, the Teletubbies one, there was no anticipation where I will lose. I would just lose, right? That's it. But if I see the guy coming, or I'm forced to see the guy coming, it's like, oh, maybe I can do something about it. Maybe I can react, right? And if I lose, then it's my fault, but I have some chance to react. This timing gives you some like reaction time. And it's a good feedback for the player, because what you don't want is have like suddenly looks at you and attacks you. You cannot really do something about it, right?
Enemy detected.
You see, it looks at you and attacks instantly. So
That was just a
as soon as you add that anticipation for the attacks, then I think the fights will look much better.
free sounds I found on the internet and record. That was just
And now keep in mind with those meshes you're using, they are very what's the words? Concave. And they're, you know, they are like this. And the problem with that is you may have problems with collisions, because the average collision will be like this. You can make the collision more accurate, and you may have something like this that is more representative of what you want. The problem is with the kind of enemies you have. Let's say these are the legs. They will look like they're floating, right? So you can have this type of shapes. You may want to add an what was the name? The IK, the inverse kinematics for the feet, so it always snaps on top. And also you may want to have modular pieces for those. Like instead of one mesh, you can just go here and, like for example, let me delete this. Maybe this is one mesh. This is another mesh. This is another mesh. So you have like modular pieces for what you want to have. And this way will not only help you to decorate your environment faster, it will also make the navigation much better.
sound I made with royalty-free sounds I found on the internet and a record of my own voice with a voice synthesizer, free voice synthesizer. So I'm very
Nice approach, by the way.
The new
Yeah,
AI
nice approach.
tools for music and voice change.
See, same here. It just shoots at you. It doesn't really tells you it's gonna shoot. What it should do is like maybe charge something, like it's charging a beam and then shoots at you. It's not just shoot, right?
So I made this.
And if you want, and at that point you want to increase or decrease the difficulty as you wish, you can just
This boss
like make the beams go faster, so that I already told you I was gonna shoot. If you don't move, that's your fault. So these projectiles maybe are bigger, maybe go faster.
basically
But you need the anticipation,
tank
basically.
and
You
mech
need to add some
mode,
anticipation into your
and
game.
basically he just
And you know, you can do the same trick I told you for the boss mech. So for example, you want to add some textures here into your model, some orange. You know, the boss is green, so you can go for something like purple. You can go for something like this, for example. Instantly will pop up the boss fight, you know? It's having some random things that are purple. I don't know what it can be. It can be color variation. It can be a stencil, like the number of the mech, like that's very common. As soon as you do that, you will make your gameplay elements stand out. And the reason why you want your gameplay element to stand out is because it's not environment. It's moves. It has some dynamics into it. So you need to make the player sure that it is different from the environment. I know it's very obvious, right, to you, but it will not also make your game look better. It will also make it even more obvious for players who are not used to it. Because when you add more and more elements into the game, these little details will become more obvious. And this is where clarity, it will make your game stand out more compared to other indie games. And this is a feedback I have for all the 3 games we've sold today. Clarity, it's very important. Lighting, level design, guide the player to where it needs to go. Gameplay elements need to stand out. Last game, the asteroids were not really popping out, so you need to make them feel like it's they're popping out. So that's one thing. So yeah, very cool, very cool stuff. Looking forward to see more. I like this the slow motion when you kill it. I think it's really cool. You can put it for all the enemies, actually. The slow motion is a very good principle. When you attack someone and you see the slow motion, that's something they have like in Super Smash Bros. Like you can, when you attack the player, suddenly everything stops. Everything freezes for a moment. That's something you can add to get the feedback for when the player attacks. Like, I believe you don't have any feedback for when the player attacks. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can make an animation, make these materials that make it completely white and go back to the original color, just like all games. You can go for that approach too. You need some kind of feedback. If you throw something, you need feedback for everything. Okay. I'm not the right person for you to ask this question. If you need behavior trees to make a nice boss battle, you can ask the same question on Discord and tag Ram, and he will be able to answer you. Maybe for the next feedback session, we can have him here so he can give you some feedback on the code side of things. Okay. I go through the questions and let's wrap it up. If I'm adding asset, does it matter how much assets? I feel like I get worried even downloading just straight from the marketplace. There are a couple of things there. The assets you download, you need to optimize them if you know you're gonna use them a lot. Nanite already does this thing for you pretty well, but I find that the materials can be quite heavy on materials that have opacity, like leaves and trees. So try to optimize those. And also, you don't need to add a lot if you group well. Like, if you put a group of assets together and then leave empty space on another area, it's okay. So in that way, grouping also makes your game look better and also saves some memory. Yes, anticipation is very important. Anticipation is key here. You can take a look at I'm gonna give you a link for a game design guide we have. It basically talks about a lot of principles for like the ones I'm talking now. We give you a little bit more examples because it's a book. It's free, so you can just download, take a look. It's very small handbook. The game market is oversaturated. I don't think it's oversaturated. I think there is a lot of competition, but at the same time, you know, a AAA market is different. You're not competing there. You're competing with the indie market. And the indie games still have a lot of things to polish. Like the feedback I'm giving you guys here, some indie games just release the game like this, right? With no anticipation, no sign and feedback, no grouping, no good lining, no special things for the character like making pop up with using color theory. A lot of games are like that, so if you apply the things I teach you, you won't have any competition really. You only need... your game will actually be solid. Even if your idea is not the most original thing, your execution will be much better than the rest of indie games. And it will just look much better. So just keep those things in mind and try to put more time on polishing, and you will stand out from the rest. While I think it may be a little bit saturated, there is still a lot of room for games that are polished, because there are not enough of them in the market. And only a few of those are very polished, and those mostly of them are AAA games. So you're not really competing there. There's still a huge market for games, I think. Okay, pretty cool stuff. Any more questions before wrapping it up? Remember, if you want to share your projects, just join the Discord channel here. Go to public reviews. You can pause it here. I try to do one time a week. I will do it like, which dates today's Thursday? I can do it like the same day next week. If I have at least one more, I will schedule it for next week. So that can give you guys some motivations to update That's not strange. My website doesn't load. My internet is a little bit bad with the streaming. But anyway, yeah, those design tips that you find in the guide are really helpful. And you know, with experience, you will be able to see those mistakes easier, and you will be able to make the games faster. Yeah, just make the game that you want. Money always follows, you know, a good product, a good service, a good game, a good piece of entertainment. Just create your own thing. Why you don't need to do so much market research and all this kind of stuff? It's because like companies that are very big, they have very big expenses, so they also have a very high risk of building something that people don't want to play. And it's not like they don't want to play, because thousands of people play it actually, even if it's not a successful game. It's just that the cost of making a game for AAA companies is going too high. They just need to do a lot of market research and make the game as available as many different types of people as possible, just so that they can recover the money. But that's not the case for you. Project Avalanche. Haven't taken a look at it. I haven't taken a look at it. It looks like it's motion graphics. I will take a look at it later. Yeah, it looks like motion graphics in Unreal. Anyway. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to share your projects, you can go to our Discord channel, go to public reviews, and we will do one for next week. If you want your project to be there, just share a link where you can download the game, or a video like this one, so you can take a look at that. And if you want to learn more, you want to become more professional at doing this, we have a very good course for that. The action game course is not cheap, but it's amazing. It's amazing. And but if not, we will still go with more free content. We plan on doing more tutorials in the future, but more unique ones, but less frequent. So stay tuned for new ones. Yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.